Hey everyone, it's Chris, M2Go's RexDart, and this is coverage from round 6. I think it may be game 2. I'm not sure, only one of the games saved. This was against FishyFellow, who was playing Show and Tell. He won this match, knocking me down to 4-2, and I thought that I would miss the top 8. However, I made it just barely on breakers, and of course was able to win from there. Anyways, I'm going to show it the match replay here. Let's take a look. I really didn't like keeping anything without a force against him, but at the same time, I probably kept this thinking that I could get to a Jason bounce, or that I could use Knight to get Caracas and do that, but then for some reason, I'm in a position where for some reason I guess I can't do that later. I may have misplayed it, but I'm pretty sure that I kept this thinking that I would use the Knight to fetch a Caracas and bounce his Grizzlebrand, or whatever legendary creature he put out. In this case, he had a Grizzlebrand. And the Demonic Consultation's there for Show and Tell. And he goes ahead and does it here, and I put the Knight out, and he's going to draw a bunch of cards of Grizzlebrand, and then empty his hand with a ton of mana, and then he tinkers for Blightsteel Colossus. Oh, that's why I can't do it right, because he cast that Pithing Needle. So if he hadn't played the Pithing Needle here, then clearly what I can do is, I'm going to, in a minute here, I'm going to cast a Jace, and so the plan would be Jace, bounce Blightsteel Colossus, and then use the tapped forest to search for Caracas, and bounce Grizzlebrand. Would be the plan. But unfortunately, the Pithing Needle turns that off. So here I went ahead and attacked with Selkie just to try to draw another card. I draw, I believe, an additional Noble Hierarch. Okay, so now I've got the mana that I'm going to cast Jace and use that to attempt to bounce the Blightsteel Colossus. Unfortunately, he has a Force of Will there. Now, his life total is getting a little low, but he's going to be able to attack with Grizzlebrand here. I have to chump in order to stay alive. And now he's got more life to feed into the Grizzlebrand. And here I've got another Noble Hierarch. Play it pre-combat so I can draw additional cards off the Cold-Eyed Selkie. And put a little more pressure on his life total. It takes him down to 13. And then here I'm going to cast a Vendilion Click in order to have a blocker, but unfortunately oh wait, here, what did I, he activated his draw ability, and then I attempted to use that window to swords the Blightsteel Colossus, which did work. He let that go, and then did a Force of Will on my V-Click. So now he's going to be able to attack in again with Grizzlebrand. Can draw more cards if he wants here. He Demonic Tutors. I draw a Force of Will, and at this point just trying somehow to stay alive, but not sure how I'm going to win this game. But I'm able to draw a ton of cards every turn off of the Selkie. And Trigon Predator just to have a blocker, and then V-Click to try to have another blocker. Now he goes to Force of Will the V-Click. I'm going to force him back, and then he is going to use his last possible Grizzlebrand activation here to dig, and he finds a Misdirection, which he uses to counter the Force. And then he has the bounce spell for the Trigon Predator, so that's going to allow him to win. So I had him down pretty low on cards. I'm guessing I was just trying to chump my way into victory there, and hope that he got a little too aggressive. But anyways, Show and Tell, popular legacy deck. When you add all this explosive mana here, can really take off. That said, I think I still had a shot there to stay in that thing if it had not been for that Pithing Needle. But it's just very hard to beat a Resolve Grizzlebrand with anything else that you can do. I mean, anything that comes in is going to bounce him, like a Knight or even like a Solar Temptation. He can respond by drawing a ton of cards and try to find it out. So it's very difficult to deal with Grizzlebrand there. But anyways, very good deck from FishyFellow. He did go on to win the match, but he did not have very good breakers, and I did, and was able to get into the top 8. And you'll see a quarterfinal match coming up here in just a moment. So thank you for joining me for this coverage.